I'm going to show you how I have been removing the rear control arm bushings from the E30. There's a bunch of different techniques that I've seen online, and this is what I think works best for me. Once you have it out of the car, what I am going to do is get a blade. I'm just going to trim like the collar of this bushing off, so that way it exposes the cylinder that's welded onto the control arm, so that way you could push this through the outside. So I'm going to remove this real quick. Just kind of cut it and pull up. It falls off and you can see the collar here. And you don't need to trim all of it, you just need to trim enough so when you push, the bushing goes through and comes out the other end. And since the bushings are, what, 30 years old, they're pretty brittle and they come right off. Okay. You can see like the collar is exposed, and we're gonna push this out the other end. And what I'm gonna use is a puller like this, and instead of pulling, we're gonna push. And because I don't want to damage my threads any more than I already have, I'm going to put a piece of metal over a bearing press that I use. It's the right size just to kind of get it moving. So what I did was just tape it to this piece of metal, and then I'll show you as soon as you get it set up, but pretty much get these two teeth up onto the other side. And just start to kind of get this lined up a little bit, just to kind of get some movement, because it's not going to be what I use to push it all the way through, but it's going to be what I use to get it started, and then I'll use a socket. Okay. So you can see I have the teeth just sitting on the outside of the collar. That way when I push, it's not in the way of the bushing coming out. So maybe this might be a better view. So you just twist, and you can see just from my hand, it's starting to come out the other end. But I'm gonna use the impact gun to get it going. See, I bottomed out with this bushing or this bearing press adapter, and now I'm going to use the 3/4 inch socket and kind of put that here, have it get it the rest of the way. And I'm just using tape to hold this because I don't really have a good way of holding it. The tape does a good enough job, and if it gets stuck in there, you can pull the tape out pretty easily. Now I'm going to put the socket into here and do the same thing.
A few moments later.
Usually takes a minute if I don't put the tape on in the right spot. Okay, you can see I have the socket on here. It's gonna push it the rest of the way. Even spinning it like that still works. We'll put the impact on. Now it's not fully out, you just pull this back, it's there. You can see the socket there. So what I do is I put the extension in there. And just give it a couple smacks of a hammer. And there you go. Pop comes out. Just tap this. It's all the way through and you're done. And you can see the inside is smooth, it's not marred up. And that's it.